Hi everyone. So I had a lot of parents asking for help on how to teach sight words to their kindergartners while we were having conferences. And I wanted to teach you how I teach the students the sight words in class. And there's a really easy 4-step process for teaching sight words. The materials you're going to need to make it work best are a dry erase board or a laminated piece of paper, a dry erase marker, a magic eraser or eraser of some kind. I use Silly Socks. A scrap piece of paper, an index card, or anything you can use to cover something up. And it would be best if you have a set, it does not need to be this nice fancy one, but a set of magnetic letters are the best way for your kids to get hands-on experience with the really hard concept of sight words as we start reading books. So the first step in teaching sight words is what we call what's missing. So you're going to start by introducing the word. So I want to use the word have. So here's how I'm going to introduce it. I would make the word on my board with the magnetic letters. So we're going to pretend like you are the student and I am the teacher and I have given you these letters. I'm going to tell you the word first. I'm going to say, this is the word have. I can use the word have like this. I have 3 cookies. And I could use a few different sentences and maybe have them try one as well. That way they know the meaning of the word and that the word has meaning. So we're going to spell the word together maybe 2 or 3 times. So let's spell it together. H-A-V-E, have. Let's do it again. H-A-V-E, have. Very good. So now step 1 of my 4-step process. So step 1 is what's missing. So if I had this on a magnetic board, that's usually the best, or you could have your students cover their eyes, but I would cover up my letters and take one away and say, what's missing? You would say A, and I'll put it back, and then we spell it again. H-A-V-E, have. What's missing? E, very good. H-A-V-E, have. After you do one of each letter and covering it up, if the word has more than 2 letters, you could take 2 away next. So I'll cover it up again. All right, what's missing? A-V. Good job. And we spell it again. H-A-V-E, have. So you can do some variations with 2 and then maybe take 3 away and see what happens. Always have them spell it and say the word after they spell it after you have done what's missing. All right. Next is step 2. Step 2 is mix and fix. For this one, you're going to give your student the letters. You're going to take your hands and just mix up the letters. They need to be the ones who put it back together, so they need to make the word correctly. If they mess up, that's okay. Don't be hard on them. Just say, oh, remember, it's H. How do we spell it? H-A-V-E, have. This is also a good time to make sure that they know which direction the letters go. So if they put the letter like this, you can redirect them and say, remember, A looks like that, and always have them spell it after they have fixed it. You'll do mix and fix a few times until they get it right consistently for at least 2 times, 3 if possible and not frustrating for them, and have them spell it after they do it. So that is step 2, mix and fix. So we did what's missing, and now we have done mix and fix. And all of this goes really fast. It's so much faster than you think. That way they don't get frustrated. So the next part is table writing. You're going to leave the letters up here and have them write the word for you. They get to look at the letters. That way they're forming it correctly. So they're going to write it themselves and make sure they're forming the letters correctly. H-A-V-E, have. All right, so after they have written it, they may not have said anything out loud, but you need to have them spell their own writing before trying again. So H-A-V-E, have. And they're going to do it a few times, make sure they're doing it correctly. If they have some wonky letters, like maybe they have this and this and a crazy E. This is a good time to help work on their handwriting as well. You can say, does it look like the letter? Okay, let's fix it, and do one at a time. That way it's a good chance for them to realize that handwriting is important when we're looking at words in a book and when we're writing. So you're going to have them do that until they can do it consistently, maybe twice. Because again, you don't want to spend too much time of a 5-year-old's attention on this. Make sure they spell it every time they have made it. H-A-V-E, have. So this is step 3, table writing. All right, the last step of my 4-step process is, and it's not mine, I did find it somewhere else, but the last one is write it and retrieve it. So for this, you're going to take that piece of paper or index card and cover up the letters. You're going to erase it. All right, and you're going to tell your student, write have. So now they have to remember how to write it, because research shows us that a student has not actually learned a sight word until they can write it independently 7 times on their own without looking at the word first. It's not just reading it. Technically, they have not learned it until they can write it. So this helps with that, making sure it is cemented in their head. So they need to be able to write have by themselves. Now, if they struggle, they can look at it the first few times, especially with a long word like this. But the point of it is that they can write it, they will check it, they will lift up the paper, check each letter, spell it again, H-A-V-E, have. They get to cover it, erase it, and write it again. That way we are sure that it has cemented in their mind. So very good. All right, so just again, step 1 was what's missing, finding a missing letter. Step 2 was mix and fix, where we mix it all up and they need to fix it. Step 3 is table writing. They get to look at the letters and write it underneath. And step 4 is write it and retrieve it, so where they cover it and they write the word underneath all on their own. It is so important that they use their finger and spell out the word after each time you have made the word. I hope this helps. I promise it is super quick. It may take a few minutes the first time around, but as you get used to it, this is just the best way that I have found students learning sight words so much more quickly than just flashcards. It helps give them hands-on, and it shows them meaning and that they are in charge of their learning. So I hope this helps. If you have any questions, of course, please reach out. But have fun learning sight words with your hero. Bye.